You see the world differently, but at what cost? Exhaustion, grief, or a sudden shift in perception can bring us to the brink of seeing the world anew. This video explores the paradox of enlightenment, where the illusion of self dissolves, yet the cost of this realization can be profound. The strongest objection to enlightenment is that it can lead to a disconnection from the world. People who see through the illusion of self may struggle to engage with the mundane aspects of life. This can manifest as a sense of detachment, or even a loss of empathy. The paradox is that while enlightenment offers liberation, it can also isolate the individual from the very world they seek to understand. The challenge is to balance this new perspective with the practical realities of life. The cost of enlightenment is not just the dissolution of the self, but also the potential loss of connection to others. The core tension in the pursuit of enlightenment lies in the resistance to seeing the world without the lens of the self. This resistance is deeply rooted in the fear of losing control and the sense of self, a fear that the mind cannot reconcile with the idea of a selfless existence. The paradox is that while enlightenment offers liberation, it also requires the dissolution of the ego, a process that challenges the very foundation. This struggle is akin to the Buddhist concept of anatta, or non-self, which teaches that the self is an illusion. The mind's resistance to this idea is a manifestation of what psychologists call identity foreclosure, where the individual clings to a fixed sense of self to maintain stability. This resistance is not just a philosophical or spiritual challenge, but a lived experience, evident in the struggle of many who seek deeper meaning and find themselves grappling with the fear of losing their sense of self in the process. In the tradition of Advaita Vedanta, the practice of neti, not this, guides practitioners to strip away false identities to uncover ultimate truth. The sage Adi Shankara taught that the self is not confined to the body, mind, or senses, but is the pure consciousness that permeates all. This tradition underscores that enlightenment is a profound lived experience, not merely intellectual comprehension. Yet, contemporary interpretations often overlook the rigorous steps involved, reducing it to an abstract concept. This can lead to a superficial understanding, where the psychological mechanism of projection may cause individuals to see their unexamined beliefs as enlightenment itself. The psychological barrier to embodying understanding as practice is the ego's preservation of identity. This resistance stems from the fear of losing control and the sense of self, a mechanism known as identity fusion. The ego clings to a false sense of security, making it challenging to fully integrate the insights of enlightenment. For instance, in Zen Buddhism, practitioners often encounter this resistance when trying to let go of their preconceived notions of self. The ego's grip is so strong that even the profound teachings of figures like Dogen Zenji can be bypassed if one does not confront this inner resistance. The mechanism of ego preservation is a significant obstacle to the lived experience of enlightenment, requiring a deep and continuous effort to transcend. In practice, enlightenment can look like a profound shift in perception, where one sees the world and others as interconnected and divine. However, this realization can also lead to a sense of isolation and disconnection from the world. The moment it clicks is when one fully embraces the non-dual nature of reality. But the social cost is the potential loss of connection to others. The failure mode is when the understanding remains intellectual and does not translate into a lived experience. The lived experience of enlightenment is not just a mental shift, but a transformation in how one interacts with the world. The paradox of enlightenment is that while it offers liberation, it also requires the dissolution of the ego, a process that can be both liberating and isolating.